As you know, the Quiet Man has a great association with Mayo and with Cong in particular. And here, as part of Marren's Magical Mayo, we've made a small and quick trip to the beautiful village of Cong to see what's happening here this summer. And Jerry Collins, who runs the museum here, the Quiet Man Museum, has decided to talk to us at enormous expense, Jerry, but thank you.
You're welcome to Cong, Tommy. And we've been welcoming here tourists to Cong since I remember. Cong is a long time in tourism, almost as good as Kerry. The Quiet Man is the biggest thing. Believe it or not, people are saying that once this generation is dead and that they're dying away like that, it'll be all gone. That's not right, because children are even bringing their parents here. The Quiet Man will live on forever. John Ford, Cong brought, the beauty of Cong has brought filmmakers, high kings, and presidents to Cong over the years. And every minute of every day, someone somewhere in the world is looking at Cong in the Quiet Man movie. You couldn't buy that type of advertising.
Now, the year that's in it, sadly, the American tourist market is practically zero. So are you noticing this year people coming to Cong who maybe are from the locality or just from County Mayo or generally from the west of Ireland for the first time?
Yes, we're getting people from all over Ireland, but an awful lot from 10, 15, 20 miles down the road as well. And we're getting an awful lot of Northern Irish visitors. And sadly, some of them would say, well, we'd be in Spain only for the COVID. But we're still doing okay. We're surviving. If we can survive this year, we'll be all right.
Now, I would recommend anybody who's coming to Cong for a day trip. Obviously, the museum here, Jerry, it tells the entire story. People will get a great handle on the whole Quiet Man experience here at the museum.
Yes, and sometimes we have people staying at our bed and breakfast. Micheline's Manor B&B is just a mile outside the road. It's themed in the movie. The rooms are called after the characters, and the signs over the double beds that read, "No patty fingers, if you please." A man would have to be a sprinter to catch his wife in a bed like that. So they stayed in another B&Bs as well, in hotels. And then we advertised the guided tours of the Quiet Man film locations. We take them to the locations and we reenact some of the scenes. And then we bring them back in here and dress them up in costumes. Now, this year we can't dress them in costumes because of the COVID, but that was the biggest part of it, dressing them up here. And it all ends up with John Wayne throwing Maureen O'Hara on the bed. Now, we've had some very nice Maureen O'Haras, very tall Maureen O'Haras, and it's really funny to see them being thrown on the bed.
Away from the Quiet Man, and as you say, Cong, synonymous with the Quiet Man, but there are so many other things to do. I mean, Ashford Castle is another landmark, and of course the Cong Food Village is thriving.
Yeah, the Cong Food Village is very, very big, very good food all in all the restaurants here and all the bars and everything. Ashford Castle is the jewel in the crown as well. It's 60 million was put into it this year, 2 years ago. Bought it for 20 million, about 60 million put into it. It's absolutely wonderful up there. The grounds, the garden, the hotel. They even have silk on the walls in the bedrooms, which they have to hoover every day. It's out of this world. It's somewhere that I wouldn't be going every day anyway. But it's absolutely beautiful. Great people up there as well. And then, of course, there's the fishing in Cong. Very big. Some of the best inland fisheries in Europe are here in Cong, with Loch Corrib and Loch Mask and the Cong River. And also Ashford Outdoors. It's really fabulous. They have zip wiring, they have archery, they have pony trekking, indoor and outdoor, kayaking. You can do everything here in Cong. Caving, and then Cong is very big in history and archaeology. I asked Michael Gibbons from Clifton about 25 years ago to write a guide on Cong, and I told him I wanted to make Cong the most important place in Ireland for history and archaeology. He said, you're only the second best, but that's not bad. He said the Boyne Valley was bigger, but he said the best he could do, and he called it Cong's, Ireland's premier ritual centre. Ireland's premier ritual centre. We have cairns, stone circles, tombs over 7,000 years old, and it's really fabulous.
Well, if you are going to make a trip to Mayo this year or staying in Mayo for your staycation, please, listeners, take a trip to Cong, this beautiful village in County Mayo, and experience the Quiet Man, maybe a trip up the village, all the pubs and the fine food in the restaurants is definitely one not to be missed. So make a trip to Cong, County Mayo.